All right then, so now what we have to do is let's get back to the app folder and dashboard, store ID, routes, and inside this sizes, right? So I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to change this to kitchens. Okay, so now we are inside the kitchens, and let's bring back to the main nav. And what I'm going to do is copy this sizes route, and I'm going to change this to sizes to kitchens. And over here this should be capital letter. Save these changes. Now you should able to see the kitchens. All right, so let me close this and let me get back to the kitchens now. Inside this kitchens, instead of the size ID, I'm going to change this to kitchen ID, right? Enter. And let me get back to the pages.tsx over here. So instead of the sizes page, let's duplicate all these to kitchen page. Okay, and instead of this formatted sizes, I'm going to delete this. I'm just going to change this to formatted kitchens, and we have to bring the size category, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the types.db, right? So then instead of this types.db, instead of this kitchen, which is going to be exactly the same thing, I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to change this to kitchen. Save it, and let's change this to kitchen, which is coming from there, and I'm going to delete this. Save it. All right. Yep, now we have to change the size columns. Let's get back over here, go to the columns, and now over here, instead of the size columns, I'm going to change this to kitchen columns. Save it. Apart from that, everything is going to be exactly the same, no changes in it. So let's close this, and here I'm just going to change these two into kitchens columns. Instead of size columns, I'm going to change this to kitchen columns. Kitchen columns, kitchens, and instead of sizes, wherever the term I used the sizes, I'm going to change this to sizes data to kitchen data, and instead of the sizes, I'm going to change this to kitchens. Copy this kitchens, and let's change it over here as well as kitchens. Okay, everything is changed over here, and now all I have to do is to change this client. So let's get back to the client and let me open it, and instead of the size columns, I'm going to use this kitchens columns. All right, instead of the sizes client props, I'm going to rename all this to kitchen client props, and over here I'm going to bring these two as the kitchens client. So save this and save this. Everything will be fixed now. Okay, so now everything will be fixed, and let's get back into the clients, and instead of the sizes, I'm going to change everything to kitchens. Copy this and change everything to kitchens. This is supposed to be capital letter. Save it. All right, perfectly fine. Now everything is working perfectly as it's supposed to be. So client, everything is fixed, and let's get back to the kitchen ID, and let's get back over here pages. Instead of this billboard page, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change this to kitchen page. Save it. I think we have to rename it inside our sizes also. Inside that over here, I think I kept it over here as exactly the billboard page. So let me change this to size page. All right, save it. Okay, now kitchen page is changed, and instead of the sizes, wherever the term we have the sizes, we have to replace it with the kitchens, and wherever the term we have the size ID, instead of that we have to change it with kitchen ID. So let's copy this kitchen ID, and instead of size ID, all I have to do is to change this to save it, and in the client, let's save it over here also, so we can copy it whenever we needed it. First, let's change it over here. Save it. Fine. Cool. Now everything is changed. Let's fetch the data from the kitchens using the kitchen ID, and this is supposed to be kitchen type, and this is going to be kitchen. Now let's change this the kitchen form. So inside this component we do have the size form, and let's change this to kitchen form. And now what I need to do, instead of the size form, wherever the term size form is there, I just need to change this to kitchen form. All right, so save these changes and let's get back over here and let's bring this as a kitchen form from, and let me delete this size form. All right, so now everything should works perfectly, and inside this wherever the term I use the size, so remove all the size. Wherever the term I use the size, I just need to say it is kitchen. Yes, kitchen. All right, so edit kitchen, create. Okay, fine. And over here this APIs, it's going to be kitchens, and this is going to be the kitchen ID. Let's make sure everything is fine. All right, so wherever the term, that is also it's going to be the kitchens. Fine, kitchens. Okay, so kitchens, kitchen ID and slash kitchens, kitchen removed. All right, so here instead of this, it's going to be your kitchen name. All right, so your kitchen value. All right, so everything is changed now. So let's save these changes and let's do the same stuff what we have to do. And let me get into the client cells actions over here. Instead of sizes columns, I need to change this to kitchen columns. All right, let's change it. And here instead of the size, wherever the term size it's coming, I just need to change it into kitchen ID, kitchens, data ID, kitchens. All right, so this is supposed to be also kitchen. So let me copy this kitchens and let me paste it over here, kitchens. Fine, so the cell actions, everything is done now. And now all I have to do is to get back to the APIs folder and inside the source ID, and I'm going to copy this sizes and I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to copy this kitchens and change this name as this, and I'm going to copy this kitchen ID and I'm going to change this size ID into kitchen ID. Enter. Now inside this routes, let's go ahead and change all these stuffs which is necessary. Okay, first size, this is going to be the kitchen. Let's change that kitchen, and body value, everything is going to be same. Wherever the term size is coming, that we need to change it into kitchen. And stores, we are fetching the data and create the sizes data. Instead of the sizes data, this is going to be kitchen data. Okay, instead of the size reference, I'm going to change this to kitchen reference. Instead of the sizes, this is going to be the kitchens. All right, so we are fetching the data from the kitchens, and this is not sizes post, this is going to be the kitchens post. And get the data, store ID is missing, and we are not getting the data from the sizes, we are getting the data from the kitchens. And this is not going to be the sizes data, this is going to be the kitchen data, and this is not going to be size, and this is going to be the kitchen type. All right, so and this should be changed to kitchens again. Save the changes, and now we fixed this post method. And let's get back into the route, that specific route, and wherever the term we use the sizes ID, let's duplicate everything. Let's select everything by pressing Ctrl D or Command D and change everything instantly just to kitchen ID. All right, and let's remove the type over here and let's bring the type as kitchen. So yep, value, store ID, and size. Instead of this size, let's change this to kitchen. And yep, stores, we are getting the sizes. Instead of the sizes, let's select it, and then wherever, yep, select it, and everything should be changed to kitchen. All right, now everything is changed to kitchens. And instead of this size, let's keep it as kitchen, and instead of this type, let's bring the kitchen type, and let's apply the kitchen data what we fetched, and instead of this size, let's change this to kitchen. All right, kitchen ID. All right, store size ID, size ID missing. Kitchen, this is supposed to be kitchen ID is missing, and let's, okay, so kitchen ID is missing. Stores, okay, stores, kitchens, kitchen ID, and instead of the size reference, let's change this to kitchen reference. And finally, let's give the message as kitchen is deleted, and over here also kitchen delete. All right, save these changes and let's make sure everything is working fine. So let's get back over here, veg and non-vegetarian. Okay, let's try to create new one. I'm just going to say vegetarian, and I'm going to come on, vegetarian, and here I'm just going to say veg and click here to save these changes. Yep, kitchen is created and you can see we are getting the data. Let's try to update. Click update and let's change this to updated. Save these changes. Yep, kitchen is updated, and let me delete this now. Click delete and delete it. Kitchen is removed. Yep, here it is. It is removed successfully. And now if I check it out over here, so let me choose, so vegetarian, and it is going to be veg. Save these changes, and let me try it one more time, which is over here, which is going to be non-vegetarian, and that's going to be non-veg. Save it. Okay, so now if I search for, okay, so if I search for non, okay, so everything is supposed to be over here. It's working perfectly. All right, so let me create one more time and let me check. Right now I need to check one more thing. It's created, and if I get back over here, if I click update and if I click over here to delete it, yep, kitchen is removed, and there we go. So it is successfully deleted. All right, so everything over here, it's working perfectly as it's supposed to be. All right, cool. But the form, once it is not updated, once the data it's been updating, I think this refresh, it is not working properly. It is not working properly. Let's put it over here too. I hope this will fix this issue. It is supposed to work. So if the refresh is not working, you guys use this location.reload. Okay, if it is not working properly, let's check it in the production, and if it is not working in the productions, let's enable this one. Okay, that might fix the issue. All right, so now what we have to do is, so we just like the exact same way what we did for kitchen, and now all we have to do this exactly the same stuff for the cuisines, right? There is no changes at all, just the name and value, everything is going to be exactly the same. Now all we have to do is to go ahead and change this stuff what exactly we did for the kitchens. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that now.